For the English version of the film, we wanted primarily a British South Asian cast to stay true to our roots. Mariam and I had a very good idea for what we wanted the characters to sound like. We provided a base, the rough voices we did for the animatic.
Later we would call it Destiny.
Pa, thank you. My teacher, my father, my friend. Alice?
Huh? Hello, Vincent.
Are you sure you should be seen here? We're not popular. The Great Ravine is disputed territory. There's great mineral wealth and some of the finest agricultural land. We claim it, so do they. So we go to war. Idiocy.
But if it really is ours...
We were very lucky to work with the amazing Lynn and David Friedman on the dialogue recordings for The Glassworker. David has worked on many timeless animated projects. It was just amazing to collaborate with him and to see his unique approach to this process. And I feel David and Lynn assembled an incredible cast.
My wife Lynn did all the casting on this, and she's just been tremendous and knocked it out of the park. And she just went, we're going to get as many people of South Asian descent as we can. Everybody's playing with British accents. They're playing it as really themselves or expressions of themselves in these characters. And Sasha Dewan, Art Malik, Mina Anwar, and Anjali Mahindra. I mean, it's an incredible all-star cast. Nobody's playing a put-on accent. They're just bringing a truth to these characters, and they're bringing their own craft, which is exceptional.
Because we were so busy with production, we weren't able to actually physically go to the sound recording facilities. The recordings were happening all over London, but Khizr, Mariam and I sat in all of the sound sessions remotely.
This one, they're halfway in production, but half is animated and half isn't. So again, we're trying to always match the performance on screen and amp things where we can.
Pa, thank you. My teacher, my father, my friend.
Well, the character of Vincent a lot of it was on the page, but I think personally for me, I really resonated with the story. You know, we all know what it's like, falling in love for the first time. What's so great about the character of Vincent, mainly because of his father, he teaches him to go against the grain. You don't always have to do what everyone else does, and you'll see that in the film with some of Vincent's father's opinions about the war. You sometimes think that maybe the world that we're creating is completely different to ours. It could be set in a different country, but actually the themes and ideas are incredibly universal. It's kind of one of the reasons why we decided not to necessarily go for the obvious and do a South Asian accent. I get to be very truthful to me, even though I'm playing a different character.
There's great mineral wealth and some of the finest agricultural land. We claim it, so do they. So we go to war. Idiocy. It was lovely. It was lovely to sort of be involved in it and lovely to give my impression of what I think the father should be, who he is. The thing about playing the father is the fact that he's the moral centre of the piece. You have to know what it's like to live in a patriarchal society, but in Pakistan, I would suggest that even today, this patriarchy stops people doing what they want to do. The father insists that his son becomes an artist like him, assuming he's just going to take over the glassworks and that's all he wants him to do. But the trouble is that having in some way constricted his son is liberated by it. He takes on the artwork and he becomes better.
Some may call it destiny. The great thing about this particular role is I got to play Elise right from childhood through to adult Elise, the full sort of gamut of ages. And it's quite fun and a great challenge, finding all the different sort of tone shifts in my voice and attitude and the way one carries themselves when they're not as confident and young. So yeah, it's been a feast of a part. I think Elise and I have some similarities. We're both quite forthright and confident, but I think Elise is incredibly proficient at the violin, which I'm not, sadly. And I think I'd like to take away a little bit of her sort of lust for life and her joy for the world and her ability to see the beauty in things.
How do I feel like playing Mrs. Amana? I mean, she isn't... Well, she's very high status in that way. And I think, she's the kind of person where if she walked into a room, people would run away from her. I do hope that we're not too early.
That one was very good.
That one's going to fit.
Yeah.
It's absolutely going to fit.
I was one of the first boys to join when the guards began recruiting here. I know.
And I aim to.
Could we try one with a bit more panting in it as well? Because they are running and then they stop and then like he's short of breath. Just one more with that, please. Thank you.
Colonel Amano, Mrs. Amano, how delightful to see you again. Oh my.
So actually, I will say that the voice is perfect. This voice that you're doing fits the character perfectly. For this part, a bit more emphatic.
How could I not? Oh, how I wish I could play like you. But of course, I could not because...
Great. That was really great. I loved it.
Absolutely.
And full of love and everything. And she interrupts you anyhow.
Yeah.
So I think that's good.
It's that time of the afternoon when I have to say something nice about the artist.
This scene works so well now. Thank you so much. It's brilliant.
Thank you.
Like that?
Take one or take two. Which do you like? I liked them.
I loved both. I like the under the breath version in the second one as well, but both are amazing.
Back in the booth, I've been filming in Cardiff, so it's nice to be doing something completely different, doing some voiceover work, and it's when you come in, it's quite cozy and compact in here. I usually take my shoes off and make it as homely as possible because I'm usually in here for quite a few hours. Thanks for getting me involved. Thanks, guys.
I just wanted to say thank you very, very much, and thank you for your patience, thank you for your support. I'm so excited to complete this film and show it to you, and it's an honor to have you on board. And David, thank you for everything. Reese, thank you for everything. It's been a pleasure and an honor. Thank you.
Thanks, as well. Hopefully I'll meet you in person soon.
Absolutely. Wrap on Vincent. Oh, no,